All right, everybody, welcome to Mr. Light Was Wrong. So, when we were going over the El Nino and La Nina weather events, I had a misconception about what was happening, and because of that misconception, I taught it incorrectly. And I think that's okay because, I'm in the learning process too, since this is my first year in science, and I just want to make sure that I help unpack my own misconceptions so that I can help you all with it too, and to kind of show why weather is as complex as I kind of was saying it. So when I was studying and learning about El Nino, one of the things I came across is this video, and they talked about this cool water right here, where we are in our normal years, where we have kind of cool water and then warmer water and sun. Hola. And when you think about cool water and you think about what that means for our air masses, that tends to tell us that we're going to have a humid, cold air mass. And so at that point, I should have thought that more through and tried to think about why then do we have so much rain with cool water, but I didn't. I went to the next part where they talked about El Nino. And that's when they talked about the warmer water. So then I was like, so El Nino events, there's more rain because the water gets warmer. And so that's where my misconception was, because water is only one part of what's happening. If we go back to a normal year, because there's cool water here and warm water here, you have this kind of huge convection that's happening. And remember, convection is one of the ways the ocean gets energy into the atmosphere. And so what happens is, just because the trade winds are going this way doesn't mean we don't have some wind bringing some weather elements into the coast. And so that's one thing that I had forgotten. So because the convection occurs here, you do have powerful storms that come in onto the coast and then through the mountains, going from the west to the east, even like against the trade winds. Another thing I forgot all about was our air masses. So even if you think about that, the trade winds blowing into Colombia, this really hot, wet air mass, if the trade winds falter or do less, then this air mass isn't going to get into Colombia either as much. And so that is why during El Nino there is actually less rain. And thank you to 6.3, because they kind of pushed back when I was talking about this, because they had learned a saying that was like El Nino is drier because boys don't cry as much as girls, and then La Nina is wetter because girls cry more. And while I told them that that's not necessarily the case in real life, I did start thinking about that. And so that was that caused me to investigate it more, because like I know I don't know everything, and I know that I'm learning this, and I know that I could be wrong. So I really appreciate 6.3 kind of pointing that out, because that helped me to kind of investigate further and to find out I did have that misconception. And see, so weather is complex, and so you have these convection currents, because what happens is when this is warmer, the convection moves to the middle of the Pacific and not so much on the coast. So we actually lose, I think for us over here, we lose a powerful convection that creates a lot of weather for us. So just to recap, El Nino years, less rain. Still the trade winds are weakened, that's why it occurs. La Nina years, more rain. Still the trade winds are stronger, and that's why that's kind of making it colder, so that convection is more powerful, and it's also blowing that front the air mass into Colombia as well. All right, if you watch this, thanks, and if not, you'll see it before the big thing tomorrow. Ciao.